Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. freedomsphoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and freedomsphoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at freedomsphoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, phoenix.com. freedomsphoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.
It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock. Yeah, some of you on the video are seeing my left eye is really red. My wife, her right eye was really red, had like an infection or something, got some gel and stuff for it. That it kind of something. And we were worried about that for a few days. Seems like it's getting better. And then I get it. And then we start talking to some friends. We went up this weekend up New River, some friends of ours out of the valley. And they started going, man, a lot of people we know are doing this. So I started finding a lot of people that are getting sick. And all my family, they got, the eye problems. And they said, in the morning we get up early. It's like this. I don't know what your thing is on this. This is what they said. Chemtrails, man. They go, man, it's just they do it right over here north of the valley, and then we just see it. Just kind of, you can see the river of air. It kind of goes down into the valley. Even what's not up high, it just kind of falls into whatever. And I'm going, okay, because New River's kind of elevated and north of Phoenix. And so I'm just, nothing surprises me anymore. So we're going to keep track of the what on earth are they spraying thing. And in fact, Senator Karen Johnson, at the beginning of the legislative session last week, a week before, she went down to the Arizona legislature. She's a former senator. And she went down there and she said, no, you guys need to be checking into this. Because this is something, because she has a different issue up in northeastern Arizona. She's dealing with some kind of an effort to take all the aquifer water up there. So this is, you have someone, she knows what's going on. She's been at this. Now, what I wanted to talk about, in relation to, here comes this job stuff, and I bet you it's happening in all the states. This is one thing that I've found out. When they do this, it happens everywhere all at the same time. This is what I'm going to play for you. This, when was it? It was November. It was right when they did the TARP of '08. Right after the election. And they brought back Shadegg, now senior fellow at the Goldwater Institute, brought back the TARP because if you vote it down, it can't come back up unless somebody that voted against it decides to bring it back. That's one of the rules. So who is the person that brought it back? John Essig, SS, National Socialization of the Economy and Fascists when I do it, Shadegg. Okay, so I'm going, okay. Now, the NBC affiliate went around and talking to people on the street, what's your take on it? We got to do something. Well, of course, they had to have the other side, so they call Ernie, okay? They want to come by and see what's what. Now, it's like a couple of minute thing, but I'm only going to pay about 30 seconds because there's a point I want to make here. Let's go ahead and do this. Push the button.
Still, David Skinner trusts the system.
More educated men than me are making those decisions, and I think they know what they're doing, and I put my confidence in that.
I think time is going to tell. They need to do something to instill the confidence that people are lacking right now.
Confidence, Arizona libertarian Ernest Hancock says was lost a long time ago.
The socializing of America's finances has been in the works for decades.
Hancock convinced the feds will continue to ask taxpayers for more money week after week.
This week they're saying, we only need $700 billion. You think that's really all they need? You think that's all? That's going to be the final check? That's this week's check.
It is hard.
And you see, now that was my point. I'm going, look, I knew better. There is no doubt in my mind this will continue over and over and over and will be a justification for them to do a lot of things like a central plan for the free market. That's not even possible, okay? So Barry Hess, in this last election cycle, ran for governor, and it was, all this came up. You went to how many forums and speaking engagements
184
did you have?
total.
Wow, that's a lot of work. And what was it you were sharing?
Sharing that we've got to get government out of the way. There's no money. We've got to shrink government. We've got to get rid of the taxes. And, of course, my big thing was to eliminate the income and property taxes, and we'd be out of the Depression by now.
But it won't serve them.
That's right.
Now, what is it that their goal is? How do you, as you've been doing this was your third time for governor.
Right.
You have a lot of respect of the people here. You got a lot of good coverage this time. A lot of, people got it. They saw what was going on. They knew what the Libertarian was about. And I'm telling you, what are they about?
There's this real conflict going on with people because they say we want smaller government, we want less taxes, we want less coming out, we want less from government. But by the same token, then they'll back up and go, that's where my pension comes from. And then they back off and they go back to the same old Republican Democrat ways.
Now, we have yet to see the actual job bill. Now, John Green came in and he said, look, I just want you to know, here it is. I got a copy from one of the legislators, and all I had to do is look for you do Ernest Hancock, John Green, and it'll come up on a Google search on Freedom's Phoenix. But it's the Arizona Jobs Bill, Freedom's Phoenix, and that'll probably come up there too. Now, what the Jobs Bill is about is a piece of legislation that's written by Goldman sucks the life out of you. They are all about the debt. They don't care what the program is. They don't care what the war is. They don't care who's being killed, which side wins. They just want to own the debt. Well, this economic development plan or whatever comes with bonding debt. In this legislation, it will say, I guarantee you, this is the cornerstone of this entire thing, pages and pages and pages, and they'll have this one paragraph. If a municipality or anybody falls behind on servicing of the debt, making the payments, the interest, whatever, that the state treasurer will take all shared revenue in the form of property taxes, sales taxes, school tax, whatever it is, and it goes to pay that debt, that bond, first before a dime goes to the municipality. And I'm going, there is your bank robbery. And they have turned every Arizona resident into a slave to whatever debt they can create. That's what this is all about. It's all about the debt. Interest on the guaranteed state taking it first. Debt paid money. To who? To whom? Who? Goldman sucks and guys just like them. Why? Because they can.
That's about what it comes down to, too. You're right. They do want the debt, and they want everybody in debt because the worst thing for our new form of socialized government is the worst thing that could happen would be an independent individual who doesn't have any debt, who owns themselves outright and can sustain themselves.
And Lord forbid own their property.
Exactly.
I'm not happy with how this is going. I tell you, as much as we had, hope in the people here, the culture. I mean, it's really highlighted a lot in Arizona politics. I mean, people know that they're like, yeah, right. Well, of course, there's enough people that will support the system as long as they're benefiting from it. It's just how many people can they get the benefit from the system? Well, I'm telling you, this is my prediction. Before the end of this year, there is going to be a neon flash and obvious sign that Arizona is going down. What will they do? The United States Congress will start changing laws allowing states to go bankrupt. Except for this economic development thing, you can't go bank. They want everything else to go bankrupt so you can afford to pay them on their debt. I guarantee it. It'll have no bankrupt on this, bankrupt on everything else. Goldman Sachs gets theirs first. Done. Something happens to Ernie. It's my focus on this is why. This is Ernest Hancock. I'm publisher of freedomsphoenix.com and the radio talk show host of Declare Your Independence. Now, I want to give you my personal endorsement of a wealthy U.S. citizen that is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He's produced a video for you. It's a real eye-opener, and I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to watch it. www.endofamerica, the numbers 1 and 7.com. Endofamerica17.com. This video has the history of how we got where we are now and where we're going and why. Now, it's a lengthy video. It'll be about 20 minutes, but you need to watch this so you understand what's going to happen to this country and how you can protect your wealth and even benefit financially. Now, you go there. It's free. I want you to watch this video. You need to have this information so that you can survive the economic collapse that's coming to America. It's not if, it's when. That's End of America, the numbers 1 and 7.com. After you watch it, you'll understand why I endorse it.